off with some general Harvard University facts. Harvard University is the oldest institution of higher education in the United States and was founded in 1636 by the Massachusetts Bay Colony, originally under the name Newtown College, but it was later renamed to Harvard after the college's first benefactor, who is a young Puritan minister named John Harvard, who upon his death at the age of 30 left half his estate and his entire book collection to the university. So he really helped to give Harvard its foundations, so they named the college after him. Harvard College refers to the undergraduate portion of Harvard University, and right now we are in the heart of the undergraduate campus called Harvard Yard. Harvard College only has about 7,000 students, so even during the school year, there will be very few people around. I think some days there are more visitors in the campus than there are students because there aren't very many of us. Harvard University refers to the college plus everything else, so that would include the business school, which is just a 20-minute walk across the river, and also the law school, which is just 10 minutes behind me, and the medical school, which is in Boston. You probably can't walk there. And in total, Harvard University has about 29,000 students across all the colleges. It also includes graduate schools like the Graduate School of Arts and Sciences right here, and really specific schools like the Graduate School of Design. Harvard Yard, which we're in right now, the heart of the undergraduate campus, contains classrooms, libraries, and even student dormitories. I live right there in Matthews Hall my first year, and Matt Damon also lived in Matthews Hall, so I basically know Matt Damon. And the house that I'm living in right now, JFK lived in there, and we have a room dedicated to him, which is pretty cool. But only first-year students or freshmen live in the yard, and later on we are transferred to upperclassmen houses, which are just really big dorms that contain libraries. They have our dining halls, they have gyms, they have normal dorm things like laundry machines. There are 12 of these houses, and most of them are along the Charles River and are just about a 5-minute walk away, but some of them are in the Radcliffe Quad and are 15 to 20 minutes away, which isn't quite as desirable in the Massachusetts winter. But regardless, these houses become an important part of our identity because it's how we participate in intramural sports against the other houses. So there's a little bit of competition between us. And it's also where we have our formals, and it's how we have social events, and it's where we eat and live every single day with all the same people for the next 3 years of our education. So they become very important to us, and we're very competitive with each other about our houses. And one thing, kind of like Harry Potter, just like how important our houses are to us, we have a housing day where we are sorted into these houses. And we don't do this with a hat. We used to do it with a letter placed on the freshman's door, but we've turned it into something a little bit more fun. And now we wear outfits that represent the colors of our house, and we hold the crests of our house, and we have signs that tell the freshmen what house they've gotten into. And our building manager will tell us which freshmen have gotten into our house, and we will go to their door as early as 6 a.m. and bang on their door, and once they open it, because they always do, we run into their room, and they're in their room with all the people they've chosen to live with, and 15 to 20 of us will run in there and start screaming and getting really excited, and then the freshmen get really excited because it's where they're going to live for the next 3 years of their education. It's a very exciting day for all of us. Professors frequently cancel classes on this day because they know that absolutely no one is going to show up because we're up as early as 6 a.m. And now, the first official stop on the tour would be Wadsworth House, which is that yellow building right there. It's under construction, but that makes sense because it's the second oldest still standing building in Harvard Yard and one of the oldest academic buildings in the United States. It was built in 1726 for then Harvard president Benjamin Wadsworth but it was also later used for 6 months in 1775 by General George Washington when he came to Cambridge to take control of the Continental Army, and he used this building as his headquarters. It's not quite as interesting today. Several staff members have their offices in the building, but not George Washington, so not as cool. The University Marshal's office is here and the Office of International Affairs, but not as interesting today. We can go ahead and walk just 10 seconds over that way to our next stop.